My name is Chayse Irvin. I'm the cinematographer on the film Blonde.
Men grow old as girls grow old, and we all lose our charms in the end.
This is a fictionalized story or take on Marilyn's life.
It's a particular fiction about her which is trying to get at some kind of an emotional truth about why she's the most iconic female figure of the 20th century.
Andrew Dominic created a document of like 750 pages that were images from her life, and we recreated those images potentially on a scene-by-scene basis. I don't think the whole film has those images, but we use those images as reference for our costume design, our production design, and our cinematography.
The whole creation of this character was so much fun. Everything that they got pulled from the archives, and then we got this incredible seamstress who made exact replicas of the dresses she wore.
It was so important to really give homage to those great designers that had designed so many beautiful and iconic costumes for Marilyn. And it was my job to make sure that I did those designs justice, and that, you know, with her iconic movie costumes and in her private life, that her costumes felt like so many images we've grown up looking at.
What inspired the choice of cameras? Andrew had requested of me what's called a Pepsi challenge, where I shot several cameras in the same lighting environments and the same talent in front, and I screened it in a theater, and Andrew responded to a particular camera multiple times, saying that was the one that he thought was it. In some cases, we recreated the vintage Marilyn Monroe look. I tried to recreate a film stock called Tri-X, which is a reversal stock. One of the tricks of black and white that isn't really quite explored now is originally when black and white was projected, it went through an incandescent bulb. So it actually was a slightly tinted warm. When we recreated the looks from different vintage periods, we were going to that detail, augmenting the warmth of the black and white to recreate how it would have been perceived. Specifically on the Technicolor sequences, where we were recreating images from films that she has been in the past. And we would research those films and the materials and take stills, and we would do whatever was necessary to morph the colors into a matching look that Technicolor could produce.
Shape these right, don't lose their shape. Diamonds are a girl's best friend.
I chose the Sony VENICE because I felt like it supported my need for spontaneity on the film. It allowed me to improvise and trust that the images would come in with the richness and texture that I like. It sort of had these technological advances that allowed Andrew Dominic and I to be experimental. For example, it had a very high ISO. We shot almost the entire film at 2500 ISO. And we used other technology named the Cine, which is a variable ND filter, which I would control on a handset. And we could travel from using Steadicam from room to room, and I would adjust exposure while traveling. That was only made possible because of the advancements in its light sensitivity. Then it was also the Rialto, which allowed us to do body mounts and some really intricate handheld camera work. In a way, shooting on the camera allowed us to do things that I felt like was quite avant-garde.